cybersecurity take over the entire web. If you have an ISP company with more than 100 customers, you've got to take government training, and they're now announcing and get a government license to even operate internet servers, and that you've got to put pieces of equipment in, they say, that openly snoop on everything. This goes back to the 96 Telecommunications Act, where they paid $9 billion to the major telecoms to put the whole, buildings and whole floors added on to the AT&T and other systems that everything then runs through. But see, the big companies said, give us money to do that. With little people, they just say, you're an indentured servant. Indentured servitude. We don't care if it violates the Constitution. You will put in all this equipment. Kind of like the EAS system under FEMA in 96. It didn't pay cable, broadcast TV, UHF, VHF, AM, FM, shortwave to put an EAS FEMA box in at the transmitter, remote controlled by shortwave, now by satellite, where every radio station in the country under FCC licensure is under full government control, and you have to pay for that. Well, now they're just going to wire basically EAS software into everything. And what do they say they need it for? Because the Chinese launched the Stuxnet, or the Russians did, sure, and the Easter bunnies did too. The Pentagon has to take the web over. They have to get rid of your speech. They have to recruit all the young kids out of high school to be part of their new cybersecurity army. They have to put up big telescreens in all the major shops and shopping malls now, going in now, telling you to watch out on the internet and watch your neighbors, because they're getting ready to hammer the internet. They're getting ready to tax it. They're getting ready to have Internet ID, tracking you where you go. That was put in 4 years ago into all the Microsoft operating systems. It's just they're waiting, that little kernel. But now Obama announces it last week. Yes, for the children's safety, right as NATO announces it. The total grid going into place right now. And they're doing it all after the U.S. and Israel launched the Stuxnet. And we wrote an article about this, and I saw comments on InfoWars in an article saying, how dare you attack Israel, you traitor? How dare you, Jones? You're going to get it. Because I'm reporting that Israel and the U.S. government have launched yet another false flag, and then publicly brag about it and say, I've got to give up my free speech for the love of Israel's corruption. And then there's the other schizophrenics in there commenting, look at Jones covering up for Israel again, schizophrenically, as I called up Kurt Sunday and we wrote that article together. And I told Kurt the areas I thought were important, sent him over some of the links and statements, then we collaborated on that article. I mean, this is the insanity of people trying to make everything about Alex Jones. Either I'm bad for talking about what Israel's up to, or I'm not hating Israel properly. Well, the truth is, I don't hate Israel. I don't hate China. I don't hate Germany. I don't hate the U.S. I hate the corrupt forces that are in there. But it isn't about Alex Jones. And that's this mental illness that I'm sick of. It isn't about me. We've all been trained to fight with each other. Have you ever gone crab fishing? I mean, you can just take a piece of bacon or a piece of ham and throw it in, no hook, just a weight. And the crabs are so greedy that you can slowly pull them up. Like a dog, you're playing tug of war with, you can slowly pull up a crab and then have your net and grab them up. And when you got about 5 or 6 crabs in the big bucket, they'll be trying to crawl out. And if they work together like fire ants, they would get out. But when they don't attack each other till one tries to climb out and leave. Misery likes company. And when one crab starts trying to climb out to get away, the others come over and grab them. And I was going through some of my YouTube videos, the fluoride video we launched, and another one about how they're training citizens to spy on each other and saying if somebody buys guns or somebody's talking about politically controversial things, go ahead and call Homeland Security on them. And I was covering that in the video, and so I was, just seeing the hit counts. And I'm like, oh, 80,000 in 3 days, that's not bad. Oh, only 25,000 views in 2 days on my fluoride special. It's 10 minutes long and documents it. Man, that's too bad. I wish it was being seen by more. And I looked down at one of the first comments, and it said, Alex Jones is pure scum. He's not having attorney Cryer on, who got a jury trial and found that the IRS, was basically unconstitutional, and that he got off in a jury trial on failure to file. What a piece of trash. What a coward. What an agent. And I just looked at that, and I wasn't hurt by the fact that he was calling me a coward and an agent and scum. I was hurt by the fact that I looked at the guy's channel, and he had a lot of good videos and things on there, and a lot of interviews I'd done with people. You know, the good fruit that I've provided, the good work I've done, not because I want accolades, but because I want to defeat tyranny. I want a future. And I've interviewed Tommy Cryer, I think 3 or 4 times on that subject. I've interviewed Joe Bannister. I invited Joe Bannister to come speak at both my speeches in California. It's like it isn't about Israel working with the U.S., launching the Stuxnet and trying to use it to take our free speech away in America. And we have direct connections through Lieberman and others who we know are dual Israeli agents openly saying take our free speech. And so we write an article about it and say it's wrong for Israel to launch this false flag on us and then try to take our free speech so we can just be a milk cow to supply money and weapon systems that they then sell to China. And then I criticize for telling the truth by people. I mean, Israel admits they helped launch this false flag. I just tell the truth. And so I get bashed and you know, told I'm anti-Semitic because it has nothing to do with that. I'm exposing a corrupt government. It's like they say, are you anti-Asian because you're exposing China? I've been asked that by media. No. Am I anti-German because I criticize Hitler? Or if I criticize the fictitious Don Corleone or somebody real like John Gotti, am I anti-Italian? I mean, this is mental illness. This is how people have been trained to be dishonest, intellectually dishonest, delusional. And just because people have woken up to the New World Order, they haven't woken up. Again, I don't grieve because so many people lie about me and who I am and build these straw men about me and attack someone who isn't Alex Jones. I get upset for them because a lot of them aren't agents. They really think I've supported the IRS. They really think I'm promoting the Federal Reserve, its owner. And so we can't have a debate about Israel running false flags or try to save the internet. It's got to be how Alex Jones works for Israel, or schizophrenically, how Alex Jones is attacking innocent little Israel when Israel is admittedly here helping launch the Stuxnet, which then our government is using to take my free speech away. It isn't about Alex Jones. It's about preserving free speech, property rights, the right to self-defense, the family. I mean, if you've got those things and a relationship with God and know there's something bigger than yourself, you've got the engine of liberty and freedom. It isn't about Alex Jones, folks. It's about waking up and fighting tyranny. Don't you get it? Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds could become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The New World Order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality. at prisonplanet.tv.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 5 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey Guy will include 3 sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping. An $87 value, yours free. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
I was a highwayman.
Okay, I'm going to stop hogging the broadcast for myself here. It's just that we've all got to hang together or hang separate. And they are coming after the internet. They are coming after free speech. They are going to run more hoaxes like the Tucson shooter, who it now admits was an absolute liberal Bush hater. That's even in the New York Times. I told you 8 days ago he was clearly a cross-dressing devil worshiper. I know the M.O. of that crew. I study different strata of society. I knew the music he was into, all of it. Boom, knew instantly. It's only devil worshipers dressing up like Grim Reapers that can go around killing people. They're into it. What do you think the Nazis did? They dressed up in black outfits and wore skulls on their hat. I mean, when you're wearing skulls on your hat, folks, you're evil. When you wear your flag openly. Our troops would never have skulls on their uniforms until World War II. They started adopting some of the Nazi stuff. And then now today, it's just skulls, 666, all over the helicopters. I see it on the news all the time. And, you know, when you start putting 666 on your helicopter, your tank, or got human skulls, rotten heads on the front of your Abrams tank, those guys are coming back to be cops. And you think they're going to stop driving around listening to death metal and blaring, the Drowning Pool? And so then we see some guy taking hallucinogens every day who gets into really destructive type music. Even if you don't believe in God and a devil, they're tuning into that archetype. They're tuning in and manifesting a love of death and destruction. But you notice I am 180 degrees the opposite direction from somebody like this guy, but I'm still being blamed for him in the news. Long after they're not blaming Sarah Palin and Rush Limbaugh anymore, they're still today in the news blaming yours truly. I always get the blame. And why is that? From every side. Because I'm real, ladies and gentlemen. And people can't believe there's somebody bold and real and legitimate. Doesn't mean I'm perfect. I fund my operation as best I can. Most revolutionaries in history rob banks. Founding fathers would rob British banks to fund themselves. I don't do that. I'm pretty darn moral. I try to be moral. But it doesn't mean I'm perfect. But I want freedom. I want decency. I want to be honorable. I want to be strong. I want to be credible. I want to help people. And the New World Order knows that, and that's why they build up straw men at every level of national media, local media, alternative media. They build straw men of who I'm not and then say I am that bad thing as an attempt to tear down the image of Alex Jones, because if they can tear down the image of Alex Jones or a Ron Paul or others, who, again, aren't perfect, but